Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I will show an interesting exercise where you will be able to create abstract shapes on your own. This is really a fun exercise, and you can turn these drawings into your own abstract paintings as well. So whenever we think about abstract paintings, we think we get a certain visual of a painting with color splashes and so on, or mixing two colors and playing with colors. But abstraction can also be, I'm really sorry about the noise my chair is making. So yeah, abstraction can also be using shapes. So there are different kinds of shapes. First of all, I will give a disclaimer that all which I am going to explain in this video is my understanding, and I have made these concepts easier for me to understand. So these might not be technically correct, or I might explain some things differently than you will find in an art book or something, or an art lesson, but this works for me, so I'm just explaining in my own way. So yeah, there are many types of shapes when it comes to visual language. There are geometrical shapes: triangle, circle, square, rectangle, and all those. But triangle, circle, and rectangle are the basic of the basic geometrical shapes. So geometrical shapes are also something that have come from natural shapes, obviously, because everything has come from nature. So the flower has a circle, the sun is circle, there are triangular shapes. I'm not getting those on top of my head right now, but you get my point. The basic geometrical shapes also come from natural shapes. And then there are natural shapes: leaves, tree, what else, mountains. Yeah, mountain is a triangle. And the silhouette of natural objects, I think, can come in the natural shapes. And then there are man-made shapes. Natural man-made shapes are the shape of the things man has made. The silhouette, or the, what do you call it, the outline of the shapes man has made. So if I draw a shape like this, I have drawn a pencil. So this becomes a man-made shape. I have categorized these things in this way in my brain. So and okay, what is shape? These are all types of shapes, but first of all, what is shape? The base of any drawing is a dot. You can't go any lower than the dot. Is lower the right word? I don't know. you can't find more simplified thing in a visual than a dot. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when you join two dots, you get a line, and even in between this line are dots. On the path of this line are dots. So the line in itself is made up of dot. So after a dot comes a line, and when you join a line, I mean when you start a line and you travel wherever you want and come back to the starting point. When you join 2 points of a line, you get a shape. So by joining a line in a circular manner, I get a round shape. Or so we can come to the point of today's video. So while learning about all these basic things, I thought, why don't we have fun on the travel? So when we start a line, and when we come back to the same point, we get a shape. But let's have fun on the journey. So when you start a line, you can go wherever you want, you can travel however you want, and you can have fun and come back to your home, to your house. So you get a shape there, but an interesting shape. This shape does not remind you of any natural. So I have not drawn any natural form. Let's say a leaf represents a natural form, not form, a shape. I'll explain what form is later, but let's draw a leaf for our understanding. So this shape does not remind me of a leaf, that is a natural form, or any man-made object, or any geometrical shape. This is an independent shape. That is a abstract shape for me. So you can have n number of such abstract shapes. You can make them yourself. I can make a number of abstract shapes, and you can make your own type of abstract shapes, which can be infinite. So I can travel however I want, and there becomes a shape. So the next point is about space. I also want to explain what space is. So the simplest definition of space is the thing where everything exists. The thing where everything exists. So wherever we are existing is a space in itself. And on a 2D surface, the paper we have selected is a 2D space, and on that paper, on that 2D surface, we can select a space within the space. We can select a space, and we can do whatever we want to do, we can show whatever we want to show in this space. And with our imagination, we can put depth in it. We can, while looking at it, choose to see depth in this or choose not to see depth in this. So if I put, so this is a space. I have selected the space within these 4 lines. So if I draw a shape, an abstract shape in this space, and I join the line I traveled with, this becomes a shape. So I have divided the space in 2 parts. You get a background and a foreground, and there is another way of seeing it or saying it, the negative space or the positive space. I think it is up to you how you look at it. For me, if I choose to look at this shape to be a positive space and this to be negative space, or vice versa, I can choose this to be a negative and positive. So if I fill, okay, this will take much more time to fill. Okay, if I fill the back of this shape, okay, this has gone in the back, so this has become the positive space and this is the negative space. The background becomes the negative space. There is not much happening in there, or it is not the point of focus. What I want to show is this shape, or you can look at it in a different way. I can fill this part and say that this is my negative space and this is my positive space, and you can see it visually like a hole on the cardboard or something. You have cut a piece of cardboard and made a shape, and this has become the negative space and this becomes the positive space. So you don't have to think about that all the time, but if you think about it, it will benefit you to make the paintings. So these are the basics. So yeah, back to the point. The exercise of today is to make abstract shapes. If a line travels, and it can travel however I want to travel with it, or I want it to travel, I get a shape, an abstract shape. It can be however you want, and it can be inspired by the objects you have seen in the 3D, the man-made objects or the natural objects. These shapes can be inspired by that and still be an abstract shape. So for instance, I can say that I got inspired by this shape, by a shape of a comb, but still it is an abstract object, an abstract shape. um, so when you draw an abstract shape of your choice, you can add details to it. So you can see the way I have done here. I like to add circles. So the details can be anything, but I don't like to draw recognizable things in my abstract paintings. You might want to do that, and your paintings will turn unique of their own. So experiment with whatever comes in your mind. I have reached this point by experimenting and failing multiple times for many years, and it still is not perfect, but the point is having fun with your drawings. So I like to add circles and such bean-like shapes. I have actually been inspired by microorganisms for many years, so you can see the influence of that in my drawings. So you know the source now. Your source can be anything. Just list down your favorite things. I do that from time to time. I write down what I like right now. The list can be the same as last year, or one or two things may add in that list, may add up in that list. But that helps. Knowing what you like and what you are interested in really helps to while you're thinking about what to draw next. You already have the list ready. So yeah, you can also draw outside the shape. I mean, you can think about sticking with drawing only inside the shape, and that can be your thing. Or like me, draw inside and outside. So like this. So yeah, this is the exercise. Draw as many abstract shapes as you want. These are really fun and quick to draw. It takes you seconds to make one shape. And yeah, I also wanted to show what form is. So this is the shape, the outline of the thing you have made. This is a shape, not a silhouette. Silhouette is different and shape is different. So this is a shape, and the form in a 2D, in a visual art, the form is when you put meaning to the shape, or in your own way, when you put some details into the shape, when you add colors, shade and light, when you make it into a meaningful thing with your understanding, that becomes a form. So for me, this is a form. I've added my own details. I can later, this is a drawing form. I can add colors and shades in this later, and this will be complete. This will be a complete painting, but right now this is a drawing. Make as many shapes as you like. Have fun on the journey. And you can also combine two shapes to make one form. So this is where the line gets blurred, and it becomes your own. So the first thing is to understand all the concepts, and then you can break the rules. So that really applies to the visual art. You can combine two shapes to make one form, 2 or 3 or even more, and add details to it. So yeah, this is the exercise, and I'll show some examples. This one is the most latest one. I think I did this yesterday. I am not currently interested in adding any colors to it. I just enjoy looking at it the way it is right now, and I really like this pencil, the new pencil I got, Mitsubishi. This gives really pretty textured lines. So first select a space, then draw a shape, then add details. When you think about it, or when you put that into words, it becomes really simple. And even while drawing, it is simple, but the fun gets added to it while you're actually making it. So do try that out. Do this exercise multiple times. Make a list of things you like to see, or you like to enjoy. Maybe some people would like flowers and some people don't. I am in the middle of both of them. I have phases of liking to draw flowers, and sometimes I just hate drawing flowers. So yeah, you might like to draw man-made objects, or you might like to draw landscapes, or like me, you might like to draw fish and what else, birds, or interior things, or still lives. I really like still lives. So make your own list, and after that do this exercise. In the beginning it might resemble with my drawings, because you got to know about this from this video, so it might resemble with my drawings, but as you keep on doing this, you will get your own visuals. So yeah, do let me know in the comments how it went, and if you enjoyed this exercise or not. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. See you in the next one.